You use a credit card almost every day. Maybe you buy a coffee. Maybe you fill your car with fuel. Maybe you order something online. You simply tap your card, hear that small confirmation sound, and continue with your day. It feels like nothing important happened, but behind that one small transaction is a massive financial machine involving banks, technology companies, payment networks, merchants, and billions of people around the world. Most people think they understand credit cards. They believe credit card companies make money in only one way. They lend you money. If you fail to pay it back, they charge you interest. Simple. But that is only one small part of the story, because the real business behind credit cards is much bigger. It is not just about lending money. It's about controlling the movement of money. Every time you swipe or tap your card, a hidden system activates. Your bank checks your account, the payment network transfers information, security systems analyze the transaction, the merchant receives approval, and within seconds, the entire process is completed. A simple purchase becomes a worldwide financial operation. That is the hidden machine. And the most surprising part is this: some of the most valuable customers for credit card companies are people who never pay interest, people who pay their balance completely every month. So how do companies make money from customers who never borrow? To understand that, we need to look at who is actually involved in every credit card transaction. Most people think there is only one company behind their card, but there are several different businesses working together. First, there's the issuing bank. This is the company that gives you the credit card. They decide your credit limit, manage your account, and take responsibility for lending money. Then there are payment networks. Companies like Visa and MasterCard create the infrastructure that allows payments to travel between banks and businesses around the world. They don't usually lend you the money. They provide the highway where the money moves. Then there are payment processors. They are the technology companies connecting stores, banks, and networks. Finally, there's the merchant, the restaurant, the supermarket, the online store, the place where you actually spend your money. All of these players are connected by one simple action: a card payment. Now, imagine buying a $5 coffee. To you, it is just coffee. But behind that purchase are computers checking information, companies managing risk, and systems making sure the payment reaches the right place. The coffee is small. The machine is enormous. And this is where credit card companies found their biggest opportunity: convenience. Humans love convenience. We don't want to carry cash everywhere. We don't want to wait. We want instant payments. Credit cards solve that problem. But convenience comes with a price. Every transaction creates value for someone. When you pay with cash, the transaction ends immediately. But when you use a card, multiple companies participate in moving that money, and each company takes a small piece. This is where the hidden revenue begins: merchant fees. Every time a customer pays with a credit card, the business accepting that payment usually pays a small percentage of the transaction amount. For a single purchase, it might seem insignificant, a few cents, maybe less than the cost of a small item. Most customers never notice, but businesses notice, and credit card companies understand something powerful. Small amounts become huge when repeated millions of times. One coffee doesn't change anything. 1 million coffees do. One transaction is small. Billions of transactions create one of the largest financial industries in the world. Every day, every hour, every second, money is moving, and every movement creates an opportunity for someone to earn. But merchant fees are only one piece of the puzzle, because the credit card industry has another powerful engine: human behavior, and that is where the story becomes even more interesting. Now we reach the most interesting part of the credit card business, the part most people completely misunderstand. People think credit card companies only care about customers who carry debt. And yes, customers who pay interest can generate a lot of revenue, but there is another group that is extremely valuable: the people who never pay interest, the people who pay their full balance every month. Why would a company care about someone who gives them no interest money? Because these customers spend a lot. They use their cards for groceries, travel, restaurants, online shopping, subscriptions, daily expenses. Every purchase creates movement inside the payment system, and every movement creates value. Imagine someone spends $40,000 every year using a credit card. They never pay interest. Many people would think the credit card company is making nothing from this person. But that is wrong. Every transaction creates revenue through payment processing. Every transaction strengthens the network. Every transaction creates information about customer behavior.
The customer is not just a borrower, the customer is the engine. This is the part most people don't see. Credit card companies are not only financial companies, they are behavior companies. Because every purchase tells a story. Where do you shop? What products do you buy? How often do you travel? When do you spend more money? What type of offers attract you? Credit card companies analyze these patterns because understanding behavior creates power. The better they understand customers, the better they can predict what will happen next. And prediction is incredibly valuable because money follows behavior. This is why rewards programs exist. Many people think cash back and points are simply gifts from companies, but rewards are carefully designed tools. A person who earns rewards may choose to use the same card more often. A person who collects airline miles may spend more on travel. A person chasing cash back may increase their spending. The reward is not just a benefit, it is a psychological trigger. The company gives something small to encourage something much bigger. This is called the loyalty machine. The goal is simple. Make the customer choose your card again and again. But there is another side of the business, the risk. Because every credit card company is constantly balancing reward and danger. Fraud is a major challenge. Every day, criminals attempt to steal money through payment systems. Companies invest billions into security technology to detect suspicious transactions. Then there is the biggest risk of all, people not paying their debt. When the economy is strong, credit card businesses can be extremely profitable. But when the economy slows, everything changes. People lose jobs, income decreases, payments are missed, debt increases. A customer who was profitable yesterday can become a financial loss tomorrow. That is why banks spend so much time studying risk. They use complex systems to answer one important question: who is likely to pay? And who is likely to struggle? Because in the credit card world, understanding people is everything. Now let's look at two different customers. Customer 1 uses a credit card but spends more than they can afford. They only pay the minimum amount every month. The balance grows. Interest accumulates. The customer feels like they are making progress, but the debt keeps following them. Customer 2 uses the same card differently. They spend carefully. They collect rewards. They pay the full balance every month. The card becomes a financial tool instead of a financial burden. Same product, completely different result. The difference is not the card. The difference is behavior. And that is the biggest lesson behind this entire business. Credit cards are not automatically good or bad. They are tools. A tool can help you build wealth or create problems depending on how you use it. So the next time you tap your card to buy a coffee, remember what is really happening. You're not just buying a drink, you're activating a global system built on technology, psychology, business strategy, and human behavior. A system where every transaction matters, every decision matters, and every small payment is part of a much bigger machine. Because the truth is simple. Interest is only one revenue stream in a machine built on fees, merchant payments, and consumer behavior. Subscribe for more stories that reveal how money, business, and the economy really work behind the scenes. Every week, we break down the ideas that can help you make smarter financial decisions and see the world differently.